Hey guys, welcome to Garden Up. So summers are almost here. We're approaching April and this is the perfect time to start with your summer garden. So today I'm going to share with you what all plants I will be growing for the summers and how to go about it. So I'm going to grow a variety of vegetables and flowering plants. Flowering plants have been specially included because of your request. A lot of you have been asking why don't you do videos on flowering plants. So this time we're going to grow some flowering plants from seeds. Okay, so when we start the seeds, it depends on the kind of a seed. We could start with seedling tray. Now I don't recommend using plastic seedling tray because they're not of any use and there's so much plastic. What I use are these recycled seedling trays. These, you know what they are toilet paper rolls. Apart from this, I am also going to use some plastic boxes. They will act as a great greenhouse. So what I do is I keep collecting these trays and paper rolls, and whenever I have to start the seeds, then I use them. And for the seeds, it's really important to use good quality seeds. When I say good quality, I mean seeds that have good germination rate. Because if most of the seeds do not germinate, it will really test your patience and it's really disappointing. So these I got from ugao.com. I will be putting links to all these things from wherever I got and you can check them out. So first, let's start with the vegetable seeds. I have bottle gourd, green chili, zucchini, cherry tomatoes and cucumber. Now for cucumber, the way I start them is actually in a tissue paper. If the outer covering of the seeds is too hardy, then you have to soak it in water. Otherwise, it won't germinate. So seeds like zucchini, cucumber, bottle gourd are quite hard. So the way I germinate them is either in a tissue paper or by putting them in water overnight. So I'm going to share both the ways. And now we just spray some water on this. Put this in a plastic cover. You can use anything. And this is like a mini greenhouse. Now we need to place it in a sunny place. I'm going to place them later. Next is cherry tomatoes and green chilies. For cherry tomato and green chili, I'm going to use my seedling tray. So these are actually very easy to use. Once the seedling has come out, then you can just open this up and put this in the ground or the pot. As a base, I'm using a frisbee. You can use anything just to ensure that the soil doesn't fall out. The soil that I'm using is compost and coco peat in equal proportion. Later, we can prepare a different kind of potting mix. I have done a video on that. A link will be here. But for preparing the seedlings, this rich soil is good. Coco peat will hold the water for long, which the seeds will like for germination, and the compost will provide them good nutrition. A lot of times people ask, what is the need of starting the seeds in seedling tray? Well, first, there is some scientific evidence which says that when a plant is small, it is easier for it to establish itself in a smaller place compared to a big pot. And a more logical explanation is that if there are two small seeds and if you put them in a big pot, then as you add water, it's going to just keep going inside, and also because there will be too much moisture, it might decompose, and these are much more convenient. This should be compact, otherwise all the soil will come out from the base. So first we're going to plant the cherry tomatoes. It will take about a week or so for them to germinate. Actually, most of the seeds will take about a week or two to germinate. So I'm going to put 2 seeds per column so that there is a chance of at least one of them to grow. 4 tomatoes are enough for me. Cherry tomatoes I think are great for salads, and it'll take about 2 months for them to grow into fruits. So I'm really looking forward to salad in summers. And we cover these with about 1/4 inch of soil. And to avoid any confusions, I'm going to use these ice cream sticks for marking. The second thing I'm going to grow is chilies. Now what I've done for chilies is that I have soaked them overnight. As I said, that seeds that have a hard coating on them are difficult to germinate, so I soaked them in warm water. I also have Loki seeds here, so I'm going to get the chili seeds out first. If you like, you can also follow the tissue paper method with these. It's just that I wanted to show the two methods. First is the tissue paper that we did with cucumber, and second is this overnight soaking method. I personally actually like the tissue paper method more because in the tissue paper I can see that the seeds have sprouted. And I'll put now 2 seeds per column. Chilies, by the way, require a lot of sun and they love the heat. So if you want to decide on what vegetables to grow, you should definitely give a try to chilies. So while covering the seeds, we should just put so much soil in most of the seeds that the seed does not get exposed. It shouldn't be too deep also, because otherwise then when it'll sprout, it'll get too difficult for it to come out. It'll take longer. So it should be just so that it doesn't get exposed. And next is Loki or bottle gourd. Here I'm going to actually just put one because Loki has a good germination rate, which means that about 90% of the seeds sprout. Since these seeds are bigger, I'm going to put more soil on top of them. So for growing Loki, we would need something for them to climb up. Now, that's going to be a lot of work for me considering we have a really tiny balcony. In fact, I wanted to do this outside, but I didn't have enough space to sit and shoot the video. Alright, so I'm done with the vegetables. I'm going to move on to the flowers. For flowers, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to use the seedling trays to put the seeds. The germination in most of these seeds is good. I actually selected those flowers that are easier to grow. We have Marigold, Celosia, Cosmos, Dahlia, Zinnia and Aster. Actually, Aster likes cool and moist temperature, which is not the case in Mumbai, but I'm going to still give it a try. So we're going to get our seedling trays. So I have used a separation in this box. The reason is that the roots will start getting tangled with each other and it'll get very difficult. So I'm trying to keep them separate. I know that the cardboard is going to get soggy and ultimately dissolve, but still it'll be good for maintaining the physical separation. So we just fill in this with soil. Growing seeds is more like a school project. I really enjoy doing them. The only problem is when they grow and they have the pests or the insects, that becomes really painful and I hate it. Alright, so in the first layer I'm going to go marigold. Same as vegetables, 2 seeds per cell. At home, where my parents stay, we grow a lot of marigold. My father really likes them, but monkeys, oh my god, they're such a huge menace. They come and destroy the flowers. We have really huge marigold growing at home, but monkeys are such a menace. It's so difficult to protect the plants from monkeys. I don't even know what is the solution. Next, I'm going to grow celosia in this. Celosia seeds are actually very tiny, so it won't be possible to put 2 of them. So whenever we buy seeds, actually we get a lot of them. And especially if you have a tiny garden at home, you might not need a lot of seeds. So what you could do is keep them in these paper bags. They're good for at least 2 seasons. I have tried seeds. In fact, previously also I got from Ugao and I had saved a lot of them and I've been using them for the second year, a couple of vegetable seeds, and they have been fine. The only thing is that you should keep them in paper bags and in a dark place. Next, I have Cosmos and Dahlia. Two seeds of Zinnia as well per pot or per cell. There are actually a lot of other ways of germinating a seed as well. You can try whatever method you like. For instance, a lot of people also treat seeds with some sort of an acid for some time and then they sow them. You can do whatever method that you like. It's just that I'm trying to share the easiest method because it doesn't become like a major job that you have to do this seed in that way and that seed in this way. No, it is mostly the concept is same, that they need moisture to sprout and some sort of a medium. It could be tissue paper, it could be water, it could be soil, it could be pre-treated in some way. You can choose whichever method works for you. It's just that we will try and increase the rate of germination as much possible. Last one we're left with is Dahlia. I think Dahlia is one of the most favorite plant that everyone loves to grow in summers. So I have them here, and now I'm going to give them a good spray of water. Spray water unless you start seeing the water coming out from the bottom. And I'm going to place them here on this table itself along with those boxes. Actually, this table gets a good amount of sun, so the temperature maintained will be great for these seeds to germinate. It'll take about a week or two for these seeds to germinate, and once they have become seedlings, probably sometime around May, I will try and do an update on these. If you like such simple videos, do let me know in the comment section below so that I can make more such videos. And if you have been watching our videos, do consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us to grow as a community and supports the channel. Thanks for watching.